pas forcer moun qui pas remon attendez. Moun qui pas remon même l'on bal manger là toujours à yo.
All right, so I'm sure everybody knows by now, but I'm a big sports girl. I love football. Growing up, I used to like basketball a lot, and then once LeBron James and Dwayne Wade and Shaq and Alonzo Mourning was no more like Miami Heat, I kind of like fizzled out. Now I just like individual players, but do I watch the game of NBA? Not really, right? I'm an NFL girl. I'm a Shedeur fan. Okay. I am a Colorado Buffs fan. I am a whatever Deion Sanders is doing, I am a fan. I am a LeJontay fan. I am a Jimmy Horn fan. I am a Shiloh fan. I am a Jordan Seaton fan. Like, I am all of that. All right. I am one of the CU aunties. Okay. Now, when Shedeur fell in the draft, y'all can say whatever y'all want. Shedeur was never projected to even go second round. And I see a lot of people like these commentators, like it's crazy out here. Like the shit that is being said or the rumor that was said about him, somebody started this story. And I hope one day all this shit comes out, right? And there's names being put on it, but that's probably like never gonna happen, right? So Shedeur is not the Browns. Shedeur have sold the highest number of Browns jerseys. Okay, I think like 250 million people have worth. He made 14 million from that. He did. Okay, Shedeur doesn't need the money. All right, Shedeur got money. Shedeur been had money. There's a lot of players that don't come from money. There's a lot of players that do, but Shedeur already got the money, right? But Shedeur just want to play. Now he fell in the draft. Okay, moving on. He's at the Browns. Everybody felt like it was some collusion going on. And side note, when he fell, somebody sued the NFL. Now, after this whole collusion thing happened, where Eric Dickerson came out yesterday to actually say there was collusion. So all of this anonymous take of New York Giants, he went in there with the headphones, he had an entourage, he did bad at interviews. I don't believe none of that shit, because we've never seen him do a bad interview. So suddenly he's talking to these teams that he actually want to play with, and he did a bad interview. Let's be serious. Now, do I feel like Shedeur went wrong a little bit? Yeah, I feel like he went wrong for doing the whole New York cleats. I feel like that just shows other teams that you don't want to come to them. I feel like then he went and did the whole Vegas thing, like thank you God every time Vegas lost. Shedeur had certain teams that he wanted to play for. That's fine. A lot of players have certain teams that they want to play for. That's nothing new. I mean, Michael Parsons, like, before he got drafted, he said, I want to be a Dallas Cowboy. He was saying it for every season. I just want to go to Dallas. I just wanted to go to Dallas. Everyone, that's normal, guys. That's normal to want to go where you want to go. All right. Now, Eric Dickerson, a Hall of Famer, a running back, Hall of Famer, well known, by the way, was on the Dan Patrick Show having a conversation. And this is what he said. I want y'all to pay attention to this. Very important. Okay? Because it did put me in my feelings. Oh, my bad. Hey, y'all. Hey, nieces and nephews. My name is Faye. Welcome back to Vibe with Faye. Where the talk is real, the vibe is strong, energy never misses. Be make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that post notification box so you never miss another vibe. Let's get to it.
And I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone that's in the NFL. That the NFL told don't draft him, do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source. And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft
really?
Him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that, because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him.
Okay. This is Dan Patrick, and this is Albert. Now, I didn't want to play the whole clip of what Albert had to say because it don't fucking matter. Dan Patrick don't really care for Deion, and things don't really care for Shedeur either. So I feel like Eric went on the wrong platform to say this. I wish he would have, like, I don't know, went on the Nightcap to say this, or the Rich Eisman show to say this. Dan Patrick don't really care for Shedeur or Deion. I feel like his statement fell on deaf ears, but Albert respond back after this, after Eric hung up, because he couldn't say it while Eric was on the phone. Like, he couldn't like interject himself and be like, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. But Albert, after Eric said what he said, went on to say, I don't believe it. All, you know, like, he failed. The teams knew what they wanted. They didn't see any value in him. I mean, his tape speaks for itself. It wasn't that great, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, the story is about the interviews. Like, I've even spoken to people who also said that he did really bad in the interviews anonymously. Everyone is talking anonymously. So we should believe you, Albert, your story anonymously, and not believe Eric Dickerson. Mind you, this is the first time anyone has ever come out and said, yeah, everyone felt it. Everyone felt it. Everyone felt like this is some BS. Everyone felt like this is some BS. And there's no way he was supposed to fall. Maybe to the second round. But the fifth round, let's listen to that again. And I do believe that somebody actually did call the Browns and say, don't do that. Pick him up. Please, get him. Don't do that. Pick him up. Now, the issue with this is the Browns now have Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, Tyler Huntley, and Deshaun Watson. 6 quarterbacks. Everyone, ladies, I don't know if you watch football and you're watching this right now, if you're actually going to be in tune with this. This 6 is not normal. 3 is normal. Okay, you might have 2 on the row. You might have 3 on the roster and put 1 on like the practice squad if you need them. Blah blah. This shit is not normal at all. 6. Okay, Kenny Pickett has not played a preseason game at all yet. He's probably going to make the roster, which is crazy. This just proves that Kevin Stefanski, I hope I'm saying that right, who is the head coach of the Browns, saying that this is a QB competition. It was never a competition. Joe was always going to be QB1. Now, tomorrow, the Browns play the Rams. Okay, the Browns play the Rams tomorrow, and Kevin said that Joe's going to play first, and tomorrow's going to be a preseason game because the real season hasn't started yet. Joe's going to play first, then Dylan, then Shedeur. All right, but I want to play this again because I believe Eric. I believe him. Everyone felt that way. Everyone, if you know, you felt that way. Okay.
And I'll tell you this much here, what I heard from someone that's in the NFL, that the NFL told other, don't draft him, do not draft him. We're gonna make an example out of him. And this came from a very good source, And he said that, I won't say who, somebody called the Cleveland Browns and said, don't do that. Draft
really?
him. Yep, draft him. Don't do that. Because they weren't gonna draft him either. They weren't gonna draft him.
I hope Deion sues the NFL. And I hope that guy who was suing the NFL actually wins. Because now he can use this for his case. He can actually use this for his case, which is crazy. Imagine if he would have won that. Imagine if he wins that. Like, the case is still going. Like, imagine if he actually wins that. Or if the NFL decides to settle out with him. This just proves his case. Y'all are doing Shedeur Sanders so wrong. Teach him what lesson, though. Like, what lesson are we teaching him? See, the thing about it is people always want black rich boys, black rich men to be humble. Why is he not humble? Why is he not humble? We don't see no other quarterback doing the shit that he does. As far as like charity work, doing things with the kids and stuff. He was doing that before he got on the Browns. He was doing that at Colorado. He was doing that Jackson State, he was doing that in high school. Shedeur has always been Shedeur. My problem with it now is like the NFL uncomfortable with him being flamboyant and flashy. There are white players that are flamboyant and flashy. Jackson Dart is flamboyant and flashy, and Jackson Dart come from money. Let's stop. By the way, Dart is doing really good, by the way. If you fuck with football, I don't know, the Giants, I don't know. I'm not saying the Giants are going to go all the way. I don't mean the Super Bowl. I'm talking about at least make it to the playoff. Because they have the Giants winning like 3 games. They usually don't do good. But he comes from money. Baker Mayfield came from money. And Baker Mayfield had a lot of issues. Being drunk, just crazy shit. Okay? And he still went 1. Johnny Manziel went 1. Okay? My issue with all of this is that there's not enough people like Shedeur speaking out for Shedeur. When I say that, I mean like Peyton Manning, who parents were doing the same thing that Deion was doing for Shedeur. I really want Peyton Manning to come out and say, I do think there was some collusion behind Shedeur, because what Deion did for Shedeur is what my dad did for me, even different. If y'all don't remember, like, they got drafted to another team, and then something happened and he was able to go to a team that he wanted to go to. Where does that happen at, y'all? How? I want just these players to come out and say, this is effed up. Like there was actually collusion. Like, these players that understand, I want them to come out and say that. I know that's not going to happen because people think it's okay to like keep their mouth shut. Like, I don't understand this keep your mouth shut thing. Like, but I feel like he went on the wrong show to talk his shit. He shouldn't have went on another show. Like, that info right there, he should have just gave it to somebody else. Dan Patrick channel to me is not that big. He doesn't have a huge YouTube channel. Okay, and that's facts. And I wish that he would have went on Nightcap or even the Stephen A. Smith. I haven't even heard Stephen A. talk about it. I'm waiting to see if Cam Newton is going to talk about it, Stephen A. I'm waiting to see that. If they talk about it, we're going to talk about it somewhere. But all I'm saying is, shout out to Shedeur Sanders. And, you know, like, nobody can stop you from doing what you're supposed to be doing because you have God. And I'm a true believer in that. I'm a true believer that what God has for you, no one can't take it away from you. Okay? At all. Now, tomorrow, they play the Rams. The Rams, technically, to me, don't have a quarterback because their quarterback got a back problem. I'm hoping that Shedeur shows the fuck out and the Rams pick his ass up. I'm hoping. Anyways, y'all, if you don't watch football, this ain't for you, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Ciao.
Look at me. Do I look like I care? Look, just take it. Do I look like I... Look at me. Look, no, Sharice, look at me.